Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the first and I guess maybe only season of Hulu and FX's series Y, The Last Man. And this is based off of a comic book series and focuses on a dystopia, this post-apocalyptic world where all the men have died, except for one. And his name is Yorick, and played by Ben Schnetzer. This show is created by Eliza and focuses on Yorick trying to be hidden by his now president mother, played by Diane, and he goes on the run with Ashley Roman's Agent 355, and it also balances a lot of other subplots, including Yorick's sister Hero, played by Olivia Thirlby, who's caught up in like this new age Amazonian woman society, and who are going to like take the world back. And there's some conflict in that with like Missy Pyle's character Roxanne and Marin Ireland's Nora, and you have a lot going on in terms of that subplot. Then obviously you have like the Capitol Hill, like the White House kind of thing at the Pentagon, with all the political stuff and commentary on that. And like you have these antagonists that are like alt-right politicians or the children of alt-right politicians who believe there's a bunch of conspiracies going on, and some of them are true. And you have, because nobody knows that this last man is still alive except for his mother and some very close people to her, and they go off on the run. They're trying to find, with Agent 355 in York, trying to find this this scientist and trying to help, spark back humanity. And there's a lot of things going on in this show. The opening episode I thought was really intriguing, how they set this up and set up the build and the tension. And I felt like it goes a bit clunky for when it was trying to like jump some time. And it eventually got into the swing of things again once it reached like a certain point where it's like all in the same time period for the most part. They do have some flashbacks and stuff like that to build some character development with some of the main characters. And overall, I feel like the show isn't focused enough. I feel like that's one of its biggest detractors. And also, like, Yorick's not exactly the most interesting or engaging or likable protagonist. And it's like, he's the last man on Earth. And you're supposed to, like, really be rooting for him. There's a lot of intrigue, though, with Agent 355, Ashley Roman's character. Like, where is she from? What's her backstory? What's she doing here? And Diane Lane's fantastic as President Jennifer Brown, and she gives a really great performance. Olivia Thirlby might be my favorite character, hero in the show. She has a lot of baggage. She brings a lot into this, and she's going through a lot. And what this new society is challenging her to do, and you come to some pretty big, hard choices to be made in the finale of this season. And you have, in the last two episodes, there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of suspense, there's burst of shocking violence that really took me back, and you're sitting there shocked to see some of the things that are going on in this series. And the most frustrating thing is they set so much up for the next season, and then there's just not going to be one unless some other network picks this up. And honestly, I think that this has enough potential and enough intrigue in it to warrant having another season of this. I would watch another season of this. It's not the most focused show, and I think it has the potential to find a little bit more balance and focus. I don't know if they can magically make Yorick considerably more likable. They could spend some more time with some of the female characters, and I feel like that's where this show really shines, is when it's really focusing on those kinds of things. There are a lot of like really on-the-nose commentary about it, but there's some deep, impactful commentary on sexism and our society and women's roles in things and expectations that men put on them. and, political things, because, this really has to go deep into that. They spend a lot of time with the political stuff going on here, which I think that might be a bit much, because it's the least, human story that we have here. And it's honestly kind of interesting what this show would have been like if it was literally just focusing on the people instead of, the people running the show. But, they spend enough time there, and I feel like Diane Lane's great enough to, make those scenes a little bit more interesting and worthwhile. And in the end, I feel like this show has a lot of promise, has some great performances, has a strong cast, and has a lot of great ideas. It just maybe not really firing on all cylinders, and also maybe make the last man on Earth a little bit more likable and interesting, and you might get a little bit more attention. But in general, the big greater female cast here really doing a great job. So hopefully this show gets a renewal somewhere, but otherwise, I don't know how fulfilled you feel after this first season, because there's so much left up to what's going to happen, but it does leave you with some shocking moments to wrap up this season. But those are my thoughts on Y: The Last Man. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.